Let's assume one day you're getting off of work and you're about to go buy a new pair of shoes. Most notably the Jordans. And you're in luck. If you get there in 30 minutes, they'll have your size. So you drive there, you beat the traffic, you go in, you get your new pair of shoes, the last one left in your size, and you're happy. On the way out of the store, something happens. Stop the show. You look at a young lady coming by, and man, she's fine. You ever have a chick so fine when you see her, everything in your body stops? You can't say anything. But today, you're not going to be a loser. You're going to go after her because it's not very often you see somebody that looks like this. So you start to walk towards her. You tap her on her shoulder and say, "Excuse me." She's like, "Yeah." And then you muster up your best shot. "Girl, you so fine, you got me stuttering and stuff." Uh-oh. She starts to laugh. Man, you're in business. You start rapping, you get the phone number, and everything's good. You text her the next day, she responds, you go out. But something is interesting in the relationship because, well, you seem to want her more than she wants you. Now, don't get me wrong. She will check in on you. She'll let you clap cheeks. Booty clapping sounds! But you're the one initiating everything in the relationship. And your friends are saying, "Hey, man, why do you have to always chase that girl? Rewind! The story sounds familiar because, well, every one of us has been through something like this. Every man, and I believe every woman, we always come across somebody that we like a lot more than they like us. And we have the proclivity to believe that, well, with hard work and dedication, we can win that person over. And relationships are not like banks. What you put in is not what you get out. And that was the case with Papoose. As we all know, Papoose is a legendary mixtape rapper in New York City. And from all accounts that I've heard about the brother, he's a very good man and a stand-up guy. But there's an issue. He fell in love with somebody that didn't love him like he loved her. This was evident when Remy Ma went to jail or prison for 6 or 7 years for allegedly stabbing somebody or shooting somebody, or maybe both. I'm not sure which one it was. But Papoose was resilient in trying to pursue her. Even though he didn't need her, he decided to put in the effort to get her. So much so, he was doing this.
I'm Pat used to come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
so he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a max, you have a visit every day, except for it alters on the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So literally the first year,
how far is Bedford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, to like, I mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm all right. Like, and I guess like when he believed it, that was all right, and I was like, he was like, all right, cool. And then he'll come like a little bit less. He'll come like 3 times a week, or like, you know. But it still seemed like he was there a lot. I spoke to him literally every day. I don't think a day went by unless I was locked that I didn't speak to him on the phone every day.
When you first got locked up, you and Pat wasn't married yet?
No.
So did you know that he was going to be there and stand up the way he stood up?
No.
He showed up every day to see her, and even she was like, yo, you're coming to see me too much. She was even asked, did you feel like he was gonna stay down with you like that? She said no. And really the reason why she said no, because she knows she wasn't worth anybody staying down for her, because she's not a good person. Fast forward! Now Remy Ma gets out of prison, and you know, she feels like a part of her life has been taken away from her, so she needs to make up for it. So she's dressing very provocative. He's not really checking her on it. She's going to the BET Awards dressing very provocative. And then they go and they start the Chrome Battle Rap League. We all know about the guy, Easy the Block Captain. Won't even get into playing the receipts on that. By now we've all heard it. But Papoose was devastated. Remy Ma acted as she didn't even care because she didn't. And guess what? The two went on strong for a few months when it was even clear that this guy, Easy the Block Captain, didn't like her as much as she liked him. Can you say that's karma? Karma? Fast forward! Stick with me, I'm still building up the story. Now remember, Remy Ma and Papoose are pretty much keeping this under wraps. Papoose is not talking about it, and she's not really talking about it. Something happens few months ago. Well, Papoose has a birthday party, and guess who shows up? Remy Ma. Remy Ma is there at Papoose's birthday party. Even his kids is there, and she's not looking that happy to be there. It's obvious that something is not going down in the right way, but she's there and she's supporting. So again, I go back to Papoose's Instagram page and I see this particular bio. Papoose, artist, father, husband, entrepreneur, poet, humanitarian, and dedicated artist. Father and husband are still two of the most important things to him. They're just not together. Okay, but wait a minute now, because we all have birthdays as humans. So does Remy Ma. It was a big deal. You go to its own site and you see Remy Ma celebrates her 44th birthday celebration, Cinderella theme, RemDerella. And it's hood fabulous. You see it, it's looking crazy. It looks like it's very expensive, but hey, she's decked out. She's partying with a whole lot of people. A lot of folks is there. They're turning up. I'm seeing weaves. I'm seeing sandals. I'm seeing BBLs. But you know who I don't see there? Let's look at the comments first before we get into some of the other stuff. People who saw this understood it for what it was, and people had differences of opinion. This person goes, y'all complaining about her being a princess at 44, but it's not weird Nikki still thinks she's a Barbie in her 40s. Another person says, princess party at 44 is wild. Another person says, she's not beating those midlife crisis rumors. Another person says it was something she always wanted to do as a child and reliving it now. Another person says, what a goof. She left her king. Now she wants to go out and kiss frogs to try and find a prince. Now it's starting to get interesting. I always knew Pap was the prize. This person goes, I don't like her no more until we hear why she running around with Papa look-alike. Then you see this, where Papoose? And you hear this, nowhere to ever be found. Remy and Pap are donezo. Now guys, I was getting some information for this video, but I think this clip here is going to be very helpful to a lot of us.
Reason number 2 why a man should not chase after a woman is because how you start is typically how you finish. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that in a lot of situations where the man has to chase after the woman, this is something that I really want the men to understand and embrace. When you are made to have to chase after her initially, you are typically going to end up in a relationship where the onus is always on you to make more of an effort, where she is always on such a high of a pedestal that it's expected for you to make it work, for you to do this, for you to do that, where she gets to sit back and wait for your actions every single time. Now, again, this is a setup for disaster because in any relationship where you see this one-sidedness, you are headed for horrible things. And you're headed for that man is essentially getting burnt out, creating resentment in that relationship, animosity, and all kinds of negative energy because there's not a mutual effort. That's the key. When you want a healthy, happy relationship, it's about a mutual effort from both parties. Both the man and the woman have to work together to build something amazing. But when a man is chasing, or on the flip side, if a woman is chasing a man, everything is off. Everything is off and you're headed for disaster every single time.
Shout out to Stefan Speaks for Men for that wonderful word of advice. And he says something so profound. What is he actually saying? Well, chasing women throughout the relationship, you're continually chasing them. You always are chasing them. And that's how it starts and that's how it finishes. And when you're chasing somebody, typically they're leaving you. And let me just talk about this because life is about opportunities and life is about chasing opportunities, good ones, okay? Now it's one thing to want an opportunity and chase it and be proactive about it, but it's another thing to value yourself. Now, if you're gonna chase an opportunity that's gonna help you and you can prove your value, at some point when you prove your value, you shouldn't chase anymore. But that's typically in the business world or the private sector world. With women, how you start is how you finish. Just think about it. Most guys get a girl they're doing very nice things for, then you stop doing it and the woman doesn't want to be with you anymore because, well, you stop doing what you're supposed to do. but you never required her to do anything. You see, the thing is this, a lot of men get buyer's remorse because we always chase after certain things that are just not valuable. Now, I'm not here to talk about that women or men are not valuable. I'm not saying that. Obviously, they're valuable men and they're valuable women. But damn, you gotta be honest. Look at what Remy Ma has become after Papoose is no longer there. She went and got with another guy who was completely the opposite of Papoose. He didn't love her. He didn't care about her. I mean, even Papoose put the girl on a whole nother level. I mean, he put her on the level of referring to her as a black queen. He put her on a pedestal. And this freestyle just pretty much seals the deal on that.
I do it big for the queen. Yo, I take a swig for the queen. Yeah, that's how I live for the queen. My wife caught a case, I did a bid with the queen. Yo, I make it hot for the queen. I do the wop for the queen. Come on, I take shots for the queen. Got married on Love and Hip Hop for the queen.
Used to call Remy Ma a black queen. Can you ever think that she's a queen? Now, when I think of a queen in the black community, think of somebody like Felicia Rashad, who used to be Claire Huxtable on The Cosby Show. That to me is a queen, a lady that always makes you look good in public. She's always on her stuff. She's always supporting you, like we saw with Claire Huxtable. And there are many ladies like that. When you try to make the jester royalty, you're always gonna suffer. Now look at the guy. He looks stupid. The woman doesn't even show him any respect. She's out here trying to live a dream that never involved him. One of the reasons why she wanted to be a princess is because maybe she didn't do it in her lifetime when she was young, but she also missed out on a lot of time because she was in prison. And that's another thing too that a lot of guys got to understand. A lot of ladies have suffered some trauma and they're going through some immature situations that you can't fix. Your job is to not fix immature women or people that have problems. Life is too short. There are plenty of women out there that can deal with that and that want to give you some value for your time. Papoose was trying to basically save somebody that was unsavable.
Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her.
And this person is out here having goddamn Disney themed birthday parties at 44, still dealing with young broke guys because that's really who she was. He tried to save her, but don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. Guys, sometimes you can learn to somebody else's experience. Papoose, sorry, my bro. You're a great teacher. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.